Still taking my pills. It's 12:30. I didn't comb my hair. I don't like having bangs anymore. I don't like bangs anymore. I haven't combed my hair. I think I'm going to turn the backlight off. Do you mind if I turn the backlight off? You don't mind? Okay. Just for a while. I gotta heat up my coffee. Okay, so I had started reading chapter 10 last time, but I think the bird was starting to screech, so I stopped because it's a longer chapter. Chapter 10 is when they go to the art show. So we shall listen to that. I mean, I shall read it. And you shall listen. I don't want top chat. I want live chat. Okay, there. Now, oh yeah, I did something last time to make it brighter. See? That's my hair. Oh, ridiculous. Is that good? I think that's good. Okay. My heart sunglasses. Ow. Okay. I got to tear that off right now. My nail. Okay. It got long enough that I could break it. You know when your nail gets broken, like cracked right way down there, but you can't take it off because it'll hurt too much? Well, I just let my nail grow a bit longer and then it came off. So I need a nail file. Should I put my hair up? See, it's many different lengths, but maybe it looks better up. I don't know. Not that that's what we're here for. We're here to read, right? I want more hair so I can put it in space buns. I love that. Space buns. That's funny. Why are they called space buns? You know, space buns, you have to have a lot of hair to do space buns, though. Like big buns, one here and one on the other side. Why are they called space buns? Okay, whatever. Space. Oh, that's why I can't see. Okay, space buns. They're so cute. It's not cute when most of your hair is down. I'm not seeing very cute ones here. Space buns. Space. I don't like the ones I'm seeing on Google. I don't like these space buns at all. I don't like any of these space buns. Oh, these ones are neat. Well, it's just sparkly and stuff. Okay. Who's here? Is there anyone here? I put eye makeup on. I don't normally do that. And I'm not good at it either. I have hooded eyes. Apparently. I don't know. I thought I had a lazy eye. Then I looked up lazy eye celebrities. I was looking for River Phoenix because I know he had a lazy eye. And they showed me pictures of Paris Hilton, Forrest Whitaker, that Gosling guy. Sorry, I mean, like, no offense if you find him attractive, but I just don't understand the appeal of that Gosling kid. Isn't a Gosling a baby goose? Anyway, I like baby gooses. Well, it seems like there's nobody here. So I guess I'll just wait longer. Do you ever get groceries and then you look around and you're like, God, I have nothing to eat? You spend a whole bunch of money on groceries and then you look around and you say, hey, I don't really have any much to eat. What's going on? Like, you have things for meals, but you don't really have things to snack on. But I got a bunch of stuff. I have food. I just don't have anything fun. I got some drumsticks. Toffee Graham Crunch. How come some drumsticks come in like a bag? You know, you rip it open like a popsicle bag. And then some come like cone shaped with the wrapper all around the cone and the little thing on top you take off. And then you like rip open the top. Who decides? Does it depend on what kind of drumstick it is? Oh, wait. Some drumsticks are like rounded. These ones were rounded on the top. Right. So they couldn't. Okay. It wasn't like whoosh on the top. It was whoosh. And then some of them are like, they have ice cream on the top. It's like whoosh, like that. Whereas mine was like, okay. I just answered my own question. So why don't I start reading the end of chapter 9 till some people get here. If you are here, please say, I am here. I am here. Wait a minute. I'll start a poll. Wait a minute. I'll start a poll. Are you here? Please answer my poll. I'm not allowed to answer it. Let's just read the end of chapter 9. Do you think Mr. Mason knows what Martha's up to? Dave asked. No, Nancy said after a moment. He didn't behave oddly toward her at all, as far as I could tell. Do you think Denise knows? Tell me again what she said to you over the phone, Ned suggested. Maybe there's some clue we missed. Nancy concentrated. Well, she said she was fine and she was at her grandmother's. And then she said, tell Ned I'll see him at the big rally on Monday. Nan, Ned said slowly. You didn't tell me that part. There is no rally on Monday. Silence fell on the little group. She must have been trying to tell us that she was in trouble, George said at last. I can't believe you forgot about that, Nancy. Nancy could hardly believe it herself. She swirled the dregs of her soda around in her cup, trying hard not to meet Ned's gaze. Oh yeah, they're at the big mall in Chicago that I found some pictures of. Like, I love it when they're at a real place. The Water Tower Mall in Chicago. And they went to get their fancy clothes for the art show. And then they went to get some French fries and like stuff to eat. Right? And that's where they are right now. How could she have forgotten that part of Denise's message? Nancy asked herself. At the time, she had dismissed it as unimportant. But looking back now, she remembered feeling a twinge of jealousy that Denise had wanted to send a special message to Ned. Did I deliberately not tell him about it? Nancy had to wonder. She took a deep breath. Denise was really in trouble, and it was up to Nancy to try to get her out of it. Even if she thought Denise was trying to steal her boyfriend from her, she just couldn't sit by. Even if Ned was willing to be stolen, she told herself, pushing down the lump in her throat. Yes, Nancy had to find Denise, even if finding her meant losing Ned. End of chapter 9. Oh. All right, let's start. Chapter 10. Do you have any eyeliner? George asked Nancy's reflection in the mirror. It was an hour before the gala, and they were both wearing their new clothes. Check in my makeup bag. It's on the bed. Nancy was putting on her lipstick when Nella popped in. I need to make an early appearance, so I'll meet you two over there, okay? Nancy hadn't told Nella about Martha. Nella was still under the impression that Denise wasn't missing at all, and Nancy didn't want to ruin her hostess's evening by telling her the grim news. Besides, 4 snoops at one party was enough. She didn't want Martha to get suspicious. How do I look? Asked George. Nancy turned around. George, you look amazing. It was true. The short bolero jacket and tailored pants showed off George's long, slim figure. She was wearing just a touch of makeup. But the clothes and the makeup really didn't matter as much as the radiant glow of excitement in George's eyes. George would have been great in jeans and a t-shirt right then. Nancy snapped her makeup case shut and looked at herself in the mirror. A less than happy detective stared back. She needed answers. Fast. The two girls drove to Harrington. The two girls drove over to Harrigan House, where Ned and Dave were waiting to be picked up. On the ride to the gallery, Nancy coached them about what to look for at the party. I know I've said it again, but remember, it's not Ned and Dave Evans. It's a different Dave. It's an unknown Dave. Well, we were introduced to him, but he's not Ned, or he's not Dave of the Nedlings. Which, when I see Ned and Dave, it's our Dave. It's not some rando Dave we've never met before. Anyway, because we believe there's a connection between Martha Raphael and Denise's kidnapping, we should all be aware of who Martha talks to at the party, she advised the others. Also, keep an eye on Mr. Mason, she added. The kidnappers might send him another message or phone call. A few minutes later, they pulled into the circular drive in front of the gallery. Car after car was lined up. Stylishly dressed men and women poured in through the front doors as a team of valets parked cars. Nancy turned her keys over to one of the valets, and then the 4 friends went into the mansion. Okay, who thinks Nancy's car is going to be missing when they leave the building? There's a new one. Nancy's car stolen. Never heard that before. Who wants to bet that Nancy's car will go missing? The entry hall was packed with people chattering and checking their coats. Can I help you? Asked a woman with a thick black-rimmed glasses and bright red lipstick. I thought they were going to say she had like a thick accent or something, and I was going to go, oh, no accents, please. She was sitting at a small wooden table with a computer printout of names in front of her. She stared up expectantly at Nancy. Nancy Drew, +3, Nancy said. The woman ticked Nancy's name off the list and smiled. Feel free to check your coats. There's a buffet table set up in the dining room. Enjoy the show. Hey, enjoy the show. I have to get some water, okay? Nobody's answering my poll. You eat your cantaloupe. You eat your cantaloupe, okay, honey? You know when you're thirsty but water just doesn't cut it? And then sometimes you drink water and it's like the best water you ever drank. I feel like drinking a lot of something right now, but not water. Can you stop, honey? Oh. I have to get a new water filtration system. Are you quite finished? Ned took their coats, and Nancy, George, and Dave climbed the staircase to the second floor. It's not as, you don't hear it as loud as I do. When she screeches, I can't even hear myself. So I really want to read this chapter to you, though. But I kind of have to work around her screaming schedule. You want to come sit on my shoulder? Would you like to sit on my shoulder? You mad because I turned the light off? Come on. Want to sit on my shoulder, my sweetie booty, pretty booty, pretty booty. Pretty booty, pretty booty, pretty booty. Hi. 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 Doot. Yeah, where was I? Ned took their coats, and Nancy, George, and Dave climbed the staircase to the second floor. The place was blazing with light. A woodwind quartet sat off in one corner of the ballroom, filling it with reedy sound. People were standing in small clusters around the rooms, admiring the paintings or chatting with one another. From the snatches of conversation that Nancy caught, most of the guests seemed more interested in gossip than in the art on the walls. Well, might have to do something else other than reading right now. I'm so sorry. Is there anything else we can do? I don't really know how to entertain without a script. I'm waiting for an Amazon order. It's a book called How to Shut Your Parrot Up. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, it's supposed to be here before 8 tonight. I'm still mad about my one Thrift Books book, the Willows in Winter. They always leave the packages at our door, right? And then we just pick up our packages. Well, I got a message saying that nobody answered the door, and the guy didn't leave. He didn't leave it at the door. And I got a message saying it was returned to the carrier hub, and then nothing else. Not like saying, oh, we'll send it out again tomorrow, or come pick it up here. Nothing. It was one of my reading rewards books, though, so I didn't have to pay for it. But still, I want that book. I paid for that book, and it's just sitting somewhere. Or someone took it home to their kid or something. I'm going to, I can message them and tell them what happened with screenshots and stuff, and maybe they'll send me another one. But you know how you get to choose from the editions of the book? Well, I chose the one I wanted, and now it's not there. Like, it's gone. Ooh, I finished Mermaids, and it was really fun. I thought it was going to be a longer book. You don't want me to read, huh? So where is my package? I'm getting some alcohol markers because I want to do an experiment with using markers on knitting. I don't know if there are any knitters here or like needlework fiber artist people, but hey, I can knit while I'm talking. I don't do color work, and I find duplicate stitch takes forever. So I thought I could use the duplicate stitch or cross stitch charts and like paint the stitches on. I'm stuck in my yarn bowl. Oh, I'm stuck in my yarn bowl. Oh. I don't usually knit from a ball of yarn like this or whatever. All right, back you go. Come on, come on. You have to wait for your flight feathers. You can't fly without those. Yes, you are my little munchkin. There you go. Boop, boop. So usually when I get one of these, I will wind it up. I don't have a winder, so I have to do it by hand, and then I get carpal tunnel syndrome. But I didn't feel like it, so I'm just knitting from this, and it's getting stuck in my yarn bowl. This yarn bowl is like ceramic, but it keeps getting stuck in here. See, it's a kitty cat. It's a kitty cat. Anyway, my yarn was getting stuck. So my idea is to take one of those duplicate stitch or cross stitch charts. Oh, it's on the floor now. God, I hate this. God, I hate this. But I mean, it's my own fault because I didn't wind it. So my idea is to take one of those charts, because I have like millions of them saved on Pinterest, but just they're like small, small charts. And take my alcohol markers. They have different tips. I'm going to do a lot of experimenting with them before I actually put it on the knitting, but so that I can go stitch by stitch, because the charts go stitch by stitch. So I can't hear myself think. Stitch by stitch. So I have to do some experimenting. Wish I had more than one room. And like, I wish I had like a room to put the bird in without me when she's like nuts and stuff. And her cage is huge, so it's not easy to move around. Anyway, right now, okay, what am I making? I am making a bag, like a little drawstring pouch. It's not gonna, when it's finished, this isn't gonna be sticking out like that. It's gonna be like pulled in like that. And then it's gonna go up, up, up. And then it's gonna be like a drawstring on the top, so it like closes at the top. And then I'll make some kind of like handle or string on it. I don't know words. I can't talk without reading things out. I don't know how to speak. Well, I guess this isn't working out because I can't read when she's screeching. I could try putting a cover over her, because I don't feel comfortable when I'm not doing something, Like I'm just sitting here. Nobody's here anyway, but I am just sitting here and I can't entertain you in any way. And if I put this down a bit, you can actually see my hands knitting. So I'm magic looping this. I made a flat bottom. Like the bottom is a circle. And I made it as wide as the increases are. You can see the increase lines. And then I just started knitting without increasing. So it'll go up as much as I want it to. And then I will put in some like buttonhole kind of thing, so I can put the drawstring through there. I'll do like I-cord or something like that. And I'm going to find some little patterns, maybe flowers or little animals or something like that, to try doing the markers on there. So I got, how many markers? 100 different colors. And they look, these are cheap ones. The expensive ones, there's a brand called Windsor and something, which are incredibly expensive. It's like $200 for 48 or something. But these are just cheapo ones. So I read the reviews. I don't seem too bad. Some are like, oh, they bleed, they're leaking. Some of them are dried up, but they're so cheap that it doesn't really matter too much to me, because I don't really know what I'm doing anyway. They're just for experimenting. But those are what I'm getting. I love all the pinks. I love the bottom colors the most. And the blues are nice too. Look at all those pinks. And some of the reviewers, they put photos up, and they're like, I think it comes with a swatch paper that shows you, where you put on the, you do a little swatch of each color. And people were saying, well, this looks nothing like brown. It was black brown was the color, and it came out light orange. And I was like, okay, whatever. It's still a nice color. It just doesn't match the cap or the description. but I'm just gonna try it, you know? The problem, well, it's not a problem, but when you put it on, if the color is gonna, like, expand, I just wanna do stitch by stitch. These are pretty smallish stitches. Well, they're visible, but, like, I'm not gonna, like, stick it on, I'm just gonna gently take the marker and go gently tap it on, and the fabric, I don't even know what this is. I think this has some actual natural fibers in it. I don't remember, I threw the label out, but it's from that Temu place. I bought a bunch of yarn from there. It feels nice and it looks nice. It looks like a natural fiber, but it's a mixture of man-made and natural stuff. I never keep the labels and things. I just do what I want with the stuff, you know? I'm not using the needle that says they tell you to use with it. I just do whatever I want. I just do what I want. Anyway, I thought that would be really fun because duplicate stitch is like so fiddly and stuff. So I can't wait to try that. I've got to find some piece of, or maybe I'll just, I was going to say a piece of knitting that isn't important, but maybe I'll just knit up a few little squares to try them on. And like, this isn't something that's going to be put in the washing machine because it's alcohol. They're alcohol markers. Now, I don't know what the difference between that and other markers is. I'm no artist, you know, because I put in alcohol markers. Well, I could read what the difference is. What is the difference? The first thing that comes up when you start writing that is, what is the difference between vitamin D and D3? What is the difference between alcohol and water-based markers? That came up first, so there. Alcohol, what is with Google and now they show you this AI overview? I would like to opt out of that. Generative AI is experimental. It's not even a question. And they give you do thumbs up or thumbs down. But it's not even a question. It just says generative AI is experimental. And then you go thumbs up or thumbs down. I'm going to say thumbs down. Thank you. Your feedback helps Google improve. Whatever. Like you're going to listen to me. Oh. The difference is the solvent. The dye and markers can be mixed with either water or alcohol. This affects your marker's properties, functionality, drying times, blending ability, and price. Alcohol makes the color vibrant and smooth. Well, that sounds good. Maybe there are pictures of both of them together. Oh, look at this. Water. Oh, look at this, you guys. Look at this. I just want the picture, goobers. Google keeps getting more annoying and more annoying. Okay, look. Look at this. It's a difference between a water-based marker and alcohol. Nice. You see all the streaks and strokes on the water one, and the alcohol one is like, looks like watercolor more. You don't see where you went. The strokes. Very nice. Oh, should I start reading again? Should I start reading again? Hey, somebody said yes, I am here. Hey, no, I want to see this. One person, are you here? 100% yes. I had to stop reading because the bird was screaming at me. I'm talking now, but I'm not reading, and she's not screeching. I bet you if I pick up the book and start reading out loud, she will screech. What do you think? Should we try it? Should we try it? We could. You remember the Strokes? Well, I have a song by them in my head. It's called Last Night. You know who did a cover of that song? Vitamin C. Remember that chick? She did that song. I can't remember what it's called. Vitamin C. It's not her real name. Colleen Fitzpatrick, I think was her name. Okay, do you want to see if this is going to work? Okay, let's try it. Where were we? I mean, I stopped, so I should start over again, right? But I can't. I'll just put the timestamps in so that people don't have to listen to the in-between junk. Dave climbed the staircase to the second floor with the others. The place was blazing with light. A woodwind quartet sat off in one corner of the ballroom, filling it with reedy sound. People were standing in small clusters around the rooms, admiring the paintings or chatting with one another. From the snatches of conversation that Nancy caught, most of the guests seemed more interested in gossip than in the art on the walls. There was a wide range of ages and types of dress at the party. Some women wore sequined evening gowns, while others wore more casual dresses or pants. Nancy spotted several gray-haired men in tuxedos, but most of the younger men were dressed less formally. George pointed out one guy in a white dinner jacket and bow tie and a pair of red high-top sneakers. George and Dave went to hit the buffet. Left by herself, Nancy scanned the room quickly. Neither Martha nor Mr. Mason was in sight. Nancy's eye was caught by one of the paintings, though, a portrait of a boy sitting in a velvet chair. If she wasn't mistaken, that was the painting Martha had tried to hide that morning. Why? Nancy wondered again. What was so special about it? She moved closer to the painting, leaning forward to peer at it. Just then, someone bumped against her and she lost her balance. She reached out to steady herself against the gilt frame. I thought she was going to go head first right through the canvas. Actually, you wouldn't go through the canvas. Canvas is strong. It's not like tissue paper. Suddenly, she felt a hand on her shoulder, pulling her back. I wouldn't touch that if I were you, a voice warned. Nancy turned and found herself face to face with the assistant curator, Bernard Corbett. He was wearing a well-cut charcoal suit with a neon orange tie. Hello, Miss Drew. I didn't mean to startle you, but you almost set off our brand new alarm, he said with a smile. That's kind of messed up. You just touch the thing, you just touch the frame, and the alarms go off? That's ridiculous. Nancy's eyes widened. You mean it goes off that easily? She asked. All you have to do is jiggle the frame the tiniest bit, Bernard confirmed. And only Jonathan can turn it off. Quite secure, wouldn't you say? Quite stupid. Nancy nodded. It sure is. Thanks for stopping me, she murmured. That had been a close call. It was an accident. Imagine that. That's the stupidest thing I ever heard. Of course, Bernard changed the subject. Well, we all got the work done. See how fast we can work when we have to? The gallery looks fantastic, Nancy told him sincerely. What do you think of the show? He asked. It's really great, Nancy said. She was trying not to stare at Bernard. She didn't know why, but there was something about his voice that was beginning to grate on her. Yes, Hans Peters isn't as well known as some of the other Dutch masters, but his work is really quite nice, Bernard remarked. Just then, Nancy felt a strong arm around her waist. It was Ned. I should hope so. Nancy introduced him to Bernard, and then the three of them stood gazing at one another for an awkward moment. Well, I really should be mingling. Nice to see you both. Enjoy yourselves, Bernard said. He smiled a quick, polite smile and disappeared into the crowd. Nice tie he had on, Ned remarked with a grin, fingering his own hot pink printed one. So, seen any of our suspects yet? I love that he's wearing a hot pink tie. Neon orange? No. No, Nancy frowned. I guess we should start looking for them. After. Oh, hello. Thank you. The book is delightful. Yes, I'm enjoying it. Uh, After an hour, Nancy and Ned met up again. No luck, he said. Nancy shook her head. That was thirsty work. I'll go get us a couple of sodas, offered Ned. Right after Ned left, George came hurrying to Nancy's side. I just saw Martha by the buffet table, she announced, talking to Mr. Mason. Nancy was excited. How did I miss them? She wondered. Come on, let's see if we can listen in. When she and George arrived at the buffet table, Martha was standing by herself, filling a plate with carrots and green peppers. I love green peppers. But not on a pizza. I mean, raw green peppers. Mr. Mason was no longer anywhere in sight. Martha glanced up and spotted Nancy. Hi, she called, coming toward the two girls with a friendly smile. Nancy was taken aback. She thought for sure that Martha would try to avoid her because of the bungled kidnapping attempt the night before. Maybe Martha hadn't figured out that Nancy knew about her involvement, though. So what do you think? Martha asked, waving a hand around at the paintings. A lot of hype? A lot of hype just for these a lot of hype. Sorry, I didn't know how the sentence was going to go. A lot of hype just for these moldy old paintings, huh? You don't like Hans Peters? Nancy asked, even more surprised. Martha made a face. His stuff is a waste of time. Bernard wanted to do an exhibit of modern paintings, but of course Jonathan wouldn't hear of it. Jonathan has a one-track mind as far as art goes. I hate modern art, just FYI. Right, well, I pretty much hate modern everything, but modern art and modern architecture, ugh. Yuck. If you don't like Mr. Mason's choices, why do you work for him? George asked bluntly. Nancy could tell by the narrowing of George's eyes that her friend found Martha irritating. I work with Bernard, Martha replied with a brittle smile. He's the only reason I'm here. Bernard is a brilliant curator. If Jonathan would only step aside and let him run this place, we'd all be better off. Nancy frowned. Martha sounded quite devoted to Bernard, and not at all fond of Jonathan Mason. Was that the key to this case? Could it be that Martha was trying to drive Jonathan out so that Bernard could take his place? I still think Nella has something to do with it. Nancy thought of the scene earlier that day when the painting of the little boy had disappeared. Was that an attempt by Martha to discredit Mr. Mason, perhaps by making it appear that the painting had been stolen? It seemed far-fetched, but it was still a possibility. How did the kidnapping fit into all of this, though? Nancy couldn't figure that part out. Maybe she should probe a little. So I hear you were behind my adventure on Friday night, Nancy said casually. Adventure? Martha frowned. Then her expression cleared. Oh, right. Tim told me there was a kidnapping at Puccini's, and they grabbed the wrong person by mistake. Was that you? Nancy raised an eyebrow. That's right, she said, wondering why Martha was being so open. She got her answer in the next moment. Sorry, I can't take credit for it, Martha said, and bit into a carrot stick. She swallowed, then continued. I wasn't even at the game. We were working here until after midnight. There's no way I could have passed Tim that note. I guess one of my friends was playing a joke on me, huh? Some joke, George began, but Nancy made a sign behind her back for George to hold off. Tim didn't see the person who gave him the note? She asked. No, it was left on the bench during halftime, he said. Martha shrugged. I see. And you were here all night? Were there people here with you? Nancy tried to make it sound casual, but Martha bristled. What do you want from me, an alibi? She asked. Yes, as it happens, Bernard and Jonathan were both here. Bernard cut out a little after 9. He was moving some of his stuff to Jonathan's for the week, while his place is being painted. And Jonathan left at 10. I'm sure they'll vouch for me, if that's what you're asking. Martha put down her plate. Now, if you'll excuse me, she added with a tight smile, I have to go talk to all the rich people, so they'll give us money to keep the gallery going. See you. Strike another suspect, Nancy said wearily to George. Someone set this up pretty cleverly. I'll ask Tim if he kept the note that he thought was from Martha, but I'll bet he just tossed it into the wastebasket after he read it. I'm getting a bit confused. Is anyone else getting a little confused? I have to heat up my coffee. I love Magic Loop. Oh, God. Without Magic Loop, I would be lost in the knitting world because I do not like double-pointed needles. Oh, I just see pictures of people using double-pointed needles, and I go, oh, God, that looks so awkward and just terrible. So I Magic Loop everything that's a circle. Everything that is round or curved. Do you know anyone who says striped instead of striped? Striped. Ooh, I love those striped pajamas like that. How many is the American flag striped? I don't, but apparently some people do, and it's acceptable. That's a way to say it. That's a valid way to say it. Tell me what you think. Oh. Just drink the coffee. Drink the coffee. Drink the coffee. See, it's round, and I'm doing it on a needle like this. So now I'm going to take this needle and put it, it's backwards. What? No. Now I'm going to knit all of these stitches, and I'm going to pull this needle out like that and bring it all, bring it all around here. And I'm going to use this needle to knit all these stitches. I would there's no need for me to make knitting videos because there are so many of them, but it would be fun if I had the proper setup, like over my shoulder. Maybe I need one of those GoPro things. And then I could be like, and it would just show my hands, and I would show you how to do Magic Loop. Although there are hundreds of videos already. I had to watch quite a few tutorial videos to learn how to Magic Loop. I just didn't understand it. And then finally I found this video that made sense. And I was like, oh, I get it now. And now it's like blinking. I don't even have to think about it. It's like blinking. Oh. It's like blinking. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Okay, never mind. I was going to get something out of my knitting container, but it's under stuff, so I changed my mind. Mhm. I changed my mind. I have knit so many dolls, but I don't actually have one of my very own that I kept, you know? They were all either sold or given to people. I have one hedgehog, and that's it. My one little hedgehog. That's it. I've also made like a bazillion hedgehogs of all sizes. Ones that are like small, ones that are big. And I have one, and that's Purina the Pocket Mouse's little friend. Okay, I'm going to just knit one more needle and then we'll go back to the story, okay? Let's talk about the story. What do you think is going on here? Does anyone have a theory or an idea of who the culprit is? Well, we're not even sure. It's not just one person, it's like a bunch of people, right? I'm kind of missing the scenes with Ned and Nancy and that cheerleader chick. Those were kind of fun. All the tension between them. Those are some fun scenes. And again, there's no Bess in this. I hope that in the next Nancy Drew Files book that we read, Bess is in it. I will personally take a little skim through the book to make sure Bess is in it. Okay. It's going to be one of those skiing ones for sure. Oh, there's some snow on my ground now. Not very much, but it did actually snow. So that's good. I mean, tomorrow's December. Hello. I always expect there to be snow on Halloween. You know, at least a little bit, or like it had started to snow a little, but the snow is very late here this year. Okay. Yeah, this is how I knit my dolls too. Like this is if I was making a huge doll, this could be like the top of her head. I've never made one that huge. Oh, do you remember the movie Look Who's Talking with Kirstie Alley and John Travolta? There's one part where she gets a blister in her finger and he's there trying to help her. And then her mom is on the outside and there's like a misunderstanding. She hears them talking about the blister, but she thinks they're having sex just because of the weight of what they're saying. It's so funny. Okay, that's enough. It's enough of that. That's like, I don't know, the funniest part of the movie, I guess. And the little kid is really cute. Okay, where was I? Um, oh, I'm starting right at this page. Right. Threw it in the wastebasket. Ned came up with 2 plastic cups. Hey, Nan, I've been carrying the soda for you all over the gallery, he said. I want some soda. Oh, sorry. Nancy took the cup. We were eliminating a suspect. Briefly, she recapped her conversation with Martha. I don't think she was lying, Nancy concluded. It would be easy to check that alibi. Back to square one, George heaved a sigh. Well, we do know a little more, Nancy pointed out. Our kidnapper knows Martha well enough to do a reasonable imitation of her handwriting, good enough to fool her brother. We also know this person was at the game, and we can assume it's someone who talked to Denise during the game, since they knew she'd be at Puccini's. Bet it was someone in the locker room. What about Bernard? Ned suggested. He works with Martha. He probably could imitate her handwriting, and he knows Denise. I remember her mentioning his name. It sounded as if Ned hung on Denise's every word, Nancy thought. Aloud, she said, He was here with Martha and Mr. Mason during the game. Yeah, good point. I almost forgot. Ned snapped his fingers. Whatever. I ran into Nella while I was searching for you, and she pointed out Mr. Mason to me. He and Bernard were heading upstairs. Really? I mean, really? Exclamation point. Could you hold on to this? Nancy said, handing her soda back to Ned. I'm going to see what they're up to. Upstairs is off limit to guests, Ned said. Nancy shrugged. If anyone sees me, I can say I lost my way. She's such a liar. She walked to the doorway leading to the entrance hall. A guard stood by the door, and another was making his rounds past the base of the staircase. She was a little surprised at the heavy security, especially since Martha claimed Hans Peters was such a trivial painter. As soon as the second guard disappeared round the corner, Nancy ducked out of the doorway and nonchalantly began climbing the stairs. Stopping near the top, she bent down and pretended to fix her stocking. She peeked down the stairs. No one had seen her. Is she going to get caught? I think she's going to get caught. She tiptoed onto the oriental rug covering the hall floor. Standing still, she listened for voices. She heard them at the end of the hall, inside Jonathan Mason's office. At first, the voices were muffled and indistinct, but Nancy could tell they were arguing. She moved closer to the door and soon began to make out the words. I promise to help you, but you have to listen to me, Bernard was saying forcefully. I know it's wrong, but think of what's at stake. We have no choice but to follow their instructions. Meet me back here at 12:30 a.m. and we'll get the painting. There's got to be another way, Mr. Mason argued. There isn't, Bernard replied. Then he added in a hoarse voice, unless, of course, you don't ever want to see your daughter again. End of chapter 10. So, is he a bad guy? Or is he just going along with the bad guys? I still think she's going to get caught. Do you think she's going to get caught? Oh, yeah. The other thing I'm getting in my package, I'm very excited about. And right now, I'm actually going to go get my keyboard because it has to do with my keyboard. Is, ooh, I'm so excited for this. How many books are there? I don't know. But this is book number 1. Adult Piano Adventures, all-in-one piano course book number 1. Spiral bound. I'm so glad it's spiral bound. Faber Piano Adventures. Adult Piano Adventures enables the adult beginner to play music for pleasure while developing musical understanding. This comprehensive all-in-one book includes lessons, technique, and theory in a single volume for ease of use. Book 1 presents the fundamentals of music notation, chord playing, and musical form. The redesigned layout improves information hierarchy, putting focus on key concepts and step-by-step learning. Online support is now included, with over 2 hours of instructional videos and audio accompaniment tracks that inspire rhythmic vitality and artistic expression. Songs include Amazing Grace, The Can-Can, Catch a Falling Star, Danny Boy, Ein klein Nacht to Music, The Entertainer, Greensleeves, The Lions, oh, I hate the Lion Sleeves tonight. I hate that song, and more. So I'm very excited to get that. I gotta go get my keyboard, okay? I gotta go get my keyboard. Hold on. In case you wanted to see the cover of what we were reading. This happened very early in the book when after the game, at Puccini's. Yes, very exciting. Don't look twice. Nancy meets her match in the game of love and in the art of crime. You're being such a good little potato lady. Okay, guys. Clear the way. I gotta pull this out, put that up there, pull this out a little bit. I have got to get a new phone charger because it's like, you know, the cord here. Let me show you. Oh, where is my package? Yeah. So it's like busted here and you can see the wires coming through. And so I have to spend like 10 minutes trying to get it to charge. You know, I put it in and it's like, you have to move it in the exact right way. And if you accidentally hit it, it'll stop charging, you know? So I have to get a new one. You know what I mean though? You know what I mean? Like you put it in and I put it in and put it on the table and like you have to move it and like get it exactly in the right. And then you're like, oh, look, okay, it's charging. And then don't touch it ever. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Wow. Scary. You're scaring me. Let me turn your light back on. There. There you go, sweetie. Sweet little chicken. Help. Yeah, where's my plug? Oh, man. Nope, that's not it. Here it is. Okay. I wish it was like glossy. It has a matte finish, you know, like it sounds like that. I wish it was glossy, but beggars can't be choosers. Turning it on. Okay. Do 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 do. Do you know what I'm pianoing with my mouth? Do 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 do. Boo 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 doo. What song is that? Boom boom boo 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 doo doo ding ding. Boo 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 doo ding ding. I'd like to play it like this. Here, listen to this. Listen to this. This is nice. This lady does the whole song. It's so pretty. I'm going the wrong way. When she goes high, I'm going lower. Whoops. Isn't that pretty? Oh, Borderline's my favorite. Anyway. Remember I had Annie's song? Wait a minute. Chord charts. Remember chord charts? Oh, I don't know what all these things mean. I didn't learn everything from that lady yet. C, F, G, A, M, F. What? I find it easier to work from a book sometimes. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's great that there are so many videos and channels that are like all about learning how to play an instrument, but sometimes, it's like it's nice. Like sometimes you have to like read this. You know how sometimes you have to read the same sentence over and over again until it gets in your head? Well, it's easier to read a line in a book than to keep pressing rewind on the video. You know what I mean? That sounds nice. It's an A and then a C chord. Oh, I forgot already. I was playing God Rest You Merry Gentlemen last time, but I forgot already how it goes. It's because, like, middle C is not in the middle here. It's more over here. Okay. That sounded like something. Do, 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 do. That sounds pretty. That sounded nice. Okay, I'm changing my sound. I like being over here more. Ooh. Okay. No. My arms don't work properly. It's like, you know what I mean? I like goblins. I like that one a lot. 232. 232. Remember that, okay? Bright bell pad. I like that one. I don't like these ones down here. They scare me. Does anyone have any requests? was pretty. Ouch. Ugh. I know that. Hey, that's in Fantasia. Which cartoon is it? Toccata and Fugue. I remember the guy, the guy standing there talking about the music and the animation. Toccata and Fugue. I know it's in Fantasia. If I heard it, I'd be like, oh, yeah, right. Toccata and Fugue. And then I would put in Fantasia. Which part is it? I'm not seeing the cartoon part. Oh, yeah. It's like with like wavy colors and things. It's not like anything with characters. Right. Well, I know it from Fantasia, but I don't remember how it goes. I forget where the drums are. Where are the drums? Chat disconnected. Why? I didn't do anything wrong. Did I do something wrong? Glockenspiel. The prettiest little sound ever. Successfully connected. Chat disconnected. Successfully connected. That sounds like a doorbell, doesn't it? It's a glockenspiel. I don't want to miss my order. Like, I want to get it right away because I want to play the piano. Can I play the piano anymore? Of course you can. Well, I couldn't before. It's only 1:44. Oh, wait a minute. I got something so I can track it more. I can track it more specifically. You know what the word is? More. I can track it more specifically. Oh, it says within 3 hours. Track my package. It says exactly the same thing. Your package will be delivered by Majid. Okay. Tell him to hurry. I want my book. Your package will be in good hands with Intelcom. If you're not around, don't worry. Or either leave it in a secure location. Yeah, you better leave it in a secure location. It's called right next to the door. I don't know how to play the piano. That's why I need that book immediately. drums. The last keys don't make no sound. Oh, that's a nice one. It really sounds like a drum. I don't understand why the whistles are with the drum. Sounds like Dreaming. It makes me think of Dreaming by Blondie, this sound. The last 1, 2, 3, 4. The last 6 keys make no sound with this one. They don't do nothing. What is that? Is that In the Mood by Glenn Miller, or is that something else? Because it sounds like these drums. Well, I'm getting sick of the piano. I want to learn something. I want to learn. I need the book. I need the book for learning. I need the book for learning. Well, I hope you all enjoyed chapter 10. It took us a while to get through it, but we finished it, and next time we will read. Yeah, that's it. Sing, sing, sing. Not In the Mood. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Next time we will read chapter 11, and I hope you all have a beautiful weekend. And please cross your fingers that it snows more here. And then all of a sudden, I will be able to play all these wintry songs all of a sudden. Sure. Bye, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Say bye, Pixie. Pixie, say bye. Okay, bye.